Hi. So, I'm Jacqui. God has breasts. Okay. I just wanted to get that part over. And I'm not going to preach at you, okay? I'm so honored to be in the room with a bunch of artists. I think I'm an artist too. Does this turn? Okay, there we go. Isn't that better? So I'm just so honored to be here. Sally, thank you so much for inviting me to come. And that introduction makes me feel like I better try to make sense up here. Context. I'm an African-American woman with dreadlocks who is a Christian minister who believes that there's more than one path to God, and I'm outraged at anyone who doesn't. How small would our God be if she wasn't multilingual? I'm a New Yorker now, but I grew up in the Air Force bases all around the country. And I'm going to talk a little bit about revolutionary love today, because we are in a context of hot mess times. And I could do it all and tell you all the stuff, the slurred words of Trump this morning, and the little rocket man fight with the little orange man, and the crazy racist madness in America, and the anti-gay trans slide back, all of that stuff, and how the Black lives don't matter, you know, all of that stuff. But let me talk about the antidote. Is that okay? So I was in DC on Tuesday for the Masterpiece Cake case opening arguments. We were outside on the Supreme Court steps, and I happened to walk to the wrong rally, because who knew? So there I am, you know, with my robe on and kind of tipping on to the thing and waiting in line at the wrong rally until I see the signs. Jesus still hates homos. Oh, that's not the one I'm supposed to be at. Jesus still hates homos. When did Jesus ever hate homos? When did Jesus say anything about gay? Never. Say that with me. Never. And by the way, Jesus is a Jew. Let's get that said, okay? All right. So this Jewish rabbi didn't say anything about gay. He talked a lot about economics. He talked a lot about love. He talked a lot about putting those on the edges in the middle. And he talked a lot about children teaching us about heaven, but nothing about gay. So there I was, outside with the people, with the thing and the cold, and thinking about how I find confidence and inspiration in the way Jesus was a rule breaker, because I love rule breakers. I just love them. This is a man who broke the rules of the empire, broke the rules of ancient Palestine. By the way, a poor, brown, Palestinian Jew who was at once homeless, another time a refugee. That's the guy in whose name people do all this hate. Kind of ridiculous, don't you think? Anyway, Jesus wasn't really trying to talk about gay, but he was trying to talk about love. Love God, love neighbor, love self. Now, Sally can get with that. Love God, love neighbor, love self. That's it. When asked what is it about by any means, Jesus said those three things. Love God with everything you have, love your neighbor, love yourself. Hashtag love, period. Tweet that. What do you think? So, have you ever been loved by a neighbor? But have you ever been loved by a stranger? I mean, really loved by a stranger? A couple of weeks ago, I had to go to Chicago to do some work, so I thought I'd stop and see my family. My dad is 83 years old, and we lost my mom in April. Wanted to stop by and give him some drive-by love. I was pretty busy, so I had to change my flight 3 times. I started thinking maybe I'm avoiding. 3 times changing the flight, I'm thinking maybe I don't want to go. So I get on the plane, 6 o'clock in the morning, Southwest Airlines, standing in the line. You know how that goes. I sit against the window. I've paid $35 to get that seat. I'm annoyed that 3 people sit in the row with me because I really wanted the whole row for $35. I like a bargain. So I'm leaning against the window and I'm beginning to feel a little headachy, like those headaches where you really wish you could drill a hole in your head and let the contents spill out. Because I'm really stressed. I'm really stressed. And I try to get mindful, and I'm in a Thich Nhat Hanh mode, and I think, what's really happening with me? And I think, oh, I'm really sad. And as soon as I say to myself, oh, I'm really sad, I begin to cry like a baby. Like, you know, that kind of cry, where you can't breathe, and right? And I'm crying, and I'm crying, and I'm crying, and I'm running out of tissue, so I have to walk by the two people who stole my row to go to the bathroom to get some more tissues. And back I go, and I go in the bathroom, and not to gross you out, but I got a little sick. So I'm in there, and you feel embarrassed and yucky, and you wash your mouth out, and you come out. I come out to this tall, big-haired, giant eyelashes, like 6'3" tall, giant eyelashes, beautiful red lips, in the airplane uniform stewardess named Liz. Liz is ready with a cup of tea and an ice compress. And she says, "Sugar, are you all right?" "No, I'm not okay. I just got sick in the bathroom. I'm not okay." She said, "What's the matter?" And she begins to pet me. You know, when people pet you. And then, you're being pet, so then the tears come faster. And you're thinking, stop petting me. Maybe I'll be okay. And then she pulls me into her very ample bosom. And she says, "What's the matter?" And I kind of pull away so she can hear me. "My mom died in April." "Oh, baby, it's so hard to lose a mama." And she pets me some more. And she pets me, and she holds me, and she holds me, and she pets me. And I'm just mothered by this woman. I'm just mothered by her, this stranger. And I cry some more, and I cry some more, and then she says, "Sugar, do you need a wheelchair?" Okay, now I have to get it together, because I'm like, am I going to be going to the emergency room when the plane lands? "No, I'm okay. I'm a pastor." I say, like that vouches for me somehow. "Oh, I'm a pastor, therefore I'm not crazy." Duh. So, anyway, we kiss. She says, "I love you, and you're not alone. I love you, and you're not alone." Wow. So I don't know what Liz's deal is or what her story is. She's so big. I'm like, I don't know, maybe she's trans. I don't know what's up, but she's just this big, amazing person. And she's loving me like a mama, so I'm good with her. We hug. I give her my business card. Come to call me when you get to New York. I'm kind of picking Liz up. She's kind of picking me up. It's all good. My husband is okay with that. On business trips, I can pick up people. And so, I'm so kidding. Don't tweet that. But Liz is living out this revolutionary love, right? I don't get to vet her or test her faith or ask her what her stuff's about or who she loves or how she loves them. She's just loving me. And I'm thinking she loves herself enough to love me. Like, she just loved her some Liz, and she loved her some Jacqui. Marianne Williamson, I get to call a friend, wrote in her book, Return to Love, and this is her, not Desmond Tutu, people. She says, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that people don't feel insecure around you. We're all meant to shine as children do. We're born to make manifest the glory of God that's within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Oh, I love that quote. So big, beautiful Liz, just shining all kind of love in the world. No matter where we come from, no matter how we enter the world, this is me now, not Marianne, I think our destination is revolutionary love. Enough love for everyone. But I don't think we can get to that destination all wrapped up in our junk, our crap. And you know that's what art's about. It's about getting ourselves uncrapped, unstuck, out of the cocoon, out of the morass. I think about it as going kind of on a journey to get naked, and to go deep and to come clean. What I mean by get naked, okay, yeah, take your clothes off. That's always good. But I also really mean stripping ourselves of our personas, of our masks. I think we land in the world so wide open, and then life happens, and we start covering up. We cover up what it is that we see in the mirror. We cover up the pain, the heartache, the vulnerability. We cover it up, and then we can't shine because it's all opaque. And when I was a young woman, I was dating this man named John, and he was like so cute, so fine. And we went on vacation together when we were, cohabitating. And it was a really beautiful experience to cohabitate with him. But we went on this vacation, and he got to pick the thing we were going to do. It was his turn. So he said, let's go scuba diving. And I was like, sure, because I can't swim, so we should go scuba diving. That would be awesome. So I'm 24, and I go to the thing, and we go to the swimming pool to pretend like we're scuba diving in the swimming pool. And then we get on a boat, and we go out to the coral reef, where the water really is the ocean, and I put on my mask, and I, like everybody else, fall off the boat over backwards into the ocean, because I can't swim. And this is really smart. So down in the water, under the sea, and the coral reef, and the beautiful, and the fish, and the things flowing, and for a minute I'm like, wow, this is so awesomely fabulous. And then John, cohabitator, comes by me and gives me the thumbs up sign, like, and I go, yeah. And he swims away and leaves me there by myself in the ocean when I can't swim with my mask on. And I begin to hyperventilate. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Pastor's curse. And I kick myself up to the top of the water, and I snatch my mask off. And it was the beginning of unmasking. I'm not the girl that's going to go swimming when I can't swim with the scuba gear on. Why was I masked? Oh, I'm one of those Me Too people. And it was an adult in my family, a man I trusted, who decided to pin me down by my arms and kiss me full on the mouth in the kitchen on my 9th birthday. And when I decided not to tell my parents what the uncle had done, I was beginning to hide, right? I was constructing the mask, but also I thought if I was just good all the time, if I was just good every damn day good, the shame and humiliation and horror that I felt would go away. So I take off my mask in the ocean, and it's the beginning of unmasking, but I can't really get it clear until I go deep enough to find out what it's about. And then I can finally come clean and be like, let me try to construct the real me. And then let me try to find communities of accountability like this, where I can really be myself and be seen and known and loved, and see and know and love, and help others be seen and known and loved, so we can be true and authentic and real and not fake and false and tinny, and really love each other in a revolutionary way. So Sally told you about my community. What happens in my community is art and love and justice. And the art and the love and the justice are the petri dish the petri dish in which we are really growing our real selves. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me show you a little bit.
My 2-year-old daughter told me one day, Mom, I want to go to church. We'd never even set foot in a church before. Don't ask me how it happened. We won't even talk about the mysterious ways. But we wound up here. Drag queen opened the door. We came in, and we literally have never left. One of my favorite times here at Middle Church was when we all performed Titus's song, We Are the Ones.
We are God's feet, God's hands, and God's heartbeat. God in the flesh, let's blast full steam ahead.
They were singing the song that has such great words, and it really is true that we can't wait any longer for someone to come and help us. We have to do it ourselves. We have to help God help us.
Middle Church, it really exemplifies the overlaps that exist between spiritual connection as well as artistic expression that permits it to be so bold.
Middle Church takes the religious teachings and makes them relevant in the context of today's events.
Worshiping here the day after the verdict, I was so hot in my hoodie, but I was gonna wear it and come hell or high water.
Parishioners here at Middle Collegiate Church once again wore hoodies.
It really helped to anchor me.
We're in solidarity for all of the people on the margins, all of the people who our society says, this is other, we should be afraid.
We need places like Middle Church to stand up and use our artistry and our voice.
Hey, don't you know what I promised to be? Anything that God wants me to be. Yeah.
We can be peaceful and we can win. We can be loving and we can conquer. That is what Middle Church is all about. And it can never stop saying that loudly enough.
Congregants here at Middle Collegiate say while their church is a place of peace, it is also important to carry on the gun violence conversation here.
War is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate.
Worshippers say they hope their voices are heard in Washington, where elected officials can come together to come up with solutions to end the violence.
This place is about doing unto others. And that is what the food program is. People in Tompkins Square Park, the people in Union Square, they're just like us.
Food is a way to share love. Middle just wants you to participate.
And helped rebuild after Hurricane Sandy.
What brought me to Middle was this incredible commitment to social justice and equity and human rights. We stood for justice, for marriage equality.
The place is special. The place stands up for us.
We actually got married here, and we had everyone in our life come and bear witness. I never thought I'd experience that except at my funeral, and then I wouldn't be there. For the Middle Church Choir to sing in the Gay Pride Parade every year is extending the radical welcome.
It's bringing together two things that most of society don't come anywhere near each other, right? Joyful religious singing and gay. And it's a celebration of both.
I always leave here inspired. I don't know if it's because the choir is world class or because the gospel choir is so badass. I don't know what it is, but every single time as an artist, I leave here refreshed, replenished, and ready to go.
My children are involved in participating in the children's chorus, in going to Sunday school, and overall, I think just generally feeling loved and accepted and embraced by everyone here.
We have this incredible event that happens on Sundays at 6 p.m. that's called Art and Soul, where literally people from Broadway come and perform and bring their joy.
What you can focus to is what's ruling you. Get off of your knees. Try and help me, please.
Middle Church is a place where I love seeing the leadership being reflective of the city and the world, and the leadership being representative of what I see as the church and what the church should look like.
Part of why I kept coming back is because the place looks like the subway, and yet on the subway I rarely talk to people. And every time I come to service at Middle, I'm challenged to actually love my neighbor as myself.
I have never been in a spiritual setting in a world that is as diverse as Middle.
This is the rehearsal, as Jacqui says. This is the rehearsal for what it is that we're all trying to achieve when all is said and done. This is what heaven on earth is supposed to be like. This is what you can create in yourself, in your community, in your world. This is what it looks like.
Isn't that cool? So I think I want to close here, guys, with, I'm not doing a commercial for church, but I am doing a commercial for Revolutionary Love. I'm doing a commercial, an invitation to a movement, you know, that I think is born on the wings of art, that has as an outcome a more just society, and that is bound up in love. And I don't mean like nammy-pammy, codependent, you can't hurry love song love. I'm talking about the kind of love that'll make a big woman named Liz hold you to her bosom and let you put snot and mascara all over her blouse. I'm talking about love that made Titus Burgess write an album for us and sacrifice time so we could put some gospel music in the world. Love that stands up for the right for gay people to have cake and eat it too, but also to marry and live and love and be happy and joyful. Love that understands that we're inextricably connected, one to the other. That when a child is hungry in Chicago, our stomachs should growl. When a woman's child is being snatched out of her arms as she's grabbed by ICE, we should be heartbroken. That when Black Lives Matter, not. Ours don't either. That when a woman shopping in a hijab can have her arm set on fire just because she's Muslim, we should be outraged. And the way you do your art can really change the world view of the fearful and the masked and the hiding and the angry, the wounded that are so hurt that they hurt others. So I'm inviting you to a movement, to intentionality and purpose, and as much art as you can do in the name of love, and as much love as you can do in the name of love, and as unmasking as you can be so that you are transparent and shiny and gorgeous and fabulous, and that you call that shiny, transparent beautifulness out of others because you create a context in which they too can be their authentic selves and go deep and get rid of the junk and come clean to the fact that we're just human and therefore we're just family. And we can love each other to a new world. Thank you.